Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with Larry Burgett from the Canton Christian Home. Looking forward to this weekend, Friday night the 12th, with Johnny Cash. Might as well be the real Johnny Cash. He looks like him. He sounds like him. That will be taking place actually at the Johnson Center, which is across the driveway right there on Cleveland Avenue on the campus of Malone University, and then the Canton Christian Home next night having that awesome chicken barbecue, and you can still get tickets. Larry, give us the website again where we can get more information for both of these things.
For both of them, the Canton Christian Home, just go cantonchristianhome.org.
Perfect.
I mean, you don't have to put the www in because it'll go right to cantonchristianhome.org. And it has a lot of information there about if you want to live at Canton Christian Home, information about living at Canton Christian Home and all that, in addition to these two events that are coming up.
Let's talk about when is it time to come to the Canton Christian Home. You mentioned come when you're healthy. It's difficult for a person to leave a home of many, many years, all those memories behind and so forth. Sometimes the kids feel that the adult children feel they need to take up that conversation with parents. What are some signs that it truly is time to move into a retirement home?
You know, one of the things that we've noticed is that people, if they've lost a spouse, and another time is just needing to downsize.
Yes.
Because that house gets too big after you get older, or that yard and the walks when the snow is coming down to have to handle, or to have to hire somebody to clean it. So those are different times when people say, oh, I need to look into something different. And so we find a number of people doing that. Some people have been at the home. They have had friends at home. We get different generations now, the next generation coming, because they know what it's like. And I encourage people as they start getting older and start thinking about downsizing, whatever it might be, take a look what's available in your community. And, of course, now we being sponsored by Christian Church and Church of Christ, but not everybody from the Canton Christian, at Canton Christian Home from the Christian Church, Church of Christ. We have Baptists, Catholics, and Methodists and others. But if they're really, spiritually concerned about where they live, the Canton Christian Home is an excellent one because of the Christian background.
Yes.
And we try to do things in the Christian way. And so thinking about their spiritual relationship, thinking about downsizing, thinking about what's happened in their family, and sometimes if the family is not even close to them, sometimes they live in another country, another state, someplace like that, and eventually, as they get older, as people get older, they know that there's things going to start happening physically. And at Canton Christian Home, even if you're independent living, you know that nurses are nearby. You got activity people and other things to help you, and we got physical therapy there and that type of thing. So when you're starting to think about those things, start looking and getting some prices and getting some ideas and what's involved and what's available. Do you want a one-bedroom apartment? Do you want an efficiency apartment? Do you want a studio apartment? Do you just want a room with no kitchens at all because you can eat all your meals down the dining room, have housekeeping come and clean your rooms and that type of thing?
Pretty wonderful.
Well, so it's always hard, never easy to leave your home.
Yes.
But we have found that people, when they move into the home, a little bit of adjustment, oh, this is my home. This is where I live now.
Do they say, why didn't I do this sooner?
We've had a number of people say that, why didn't they do that sooner?
What are you finding with baby boomers? Are they coming younger to retirement villages and retirement homes just because, hey, this is great, have all this done for us?
With all the medical things and all the new ways of looking at things and taking care of themselves these days, people are coming in much later than they used to.
Coming in later.
They're coming in
because
later.
they're so healthy for so long.
They're coming in, they're so healthy so long.
What would you guess would be the average age then of someone coming into the retirement
About 84.
Really?
Right? Yeah, in their 80s anyhow.
Wow.
Well, we've had in the last couple of years, two people over 100 come in independent living.
Really?
Independent living, over 100, 102, that type of thing.
Oh, my goodness. And up to that time, they were just driving themselves around. And
Or we've had people in their 90s and maybe take 2 aspirins a day. It's about all the medicine they're taking.
It's because we're so healthy now.
It's so healthy. There's many good programs going on. The medical situation is better, So people are not coming in as soon as they are possible. And there's a lot of other things that encourage people to stay in their homes anymore.
Sure.
longer.
Right. You can
Yeah.
have in-home care. and
In-home
so forth.
care,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, let's talk about these different levels of care that you offer, because you say there's independent living. That's almost just pretty much like having an apartment that a spouse and
Right.
two spouses can share, and really just kind of fun. Plus, have the social life right there and everything done for you, and get to go on all the outings. And
Yeah.
it does sound. You're talking me into this. Although,
How soon you want to leave? I'll bring you an application next time I come over.
I know it does sound really great. Parts of it sound awesome. Not quite in my mid-80s yet.
Okay.
So got a little ways to go yet. But let's talk about the different levels of care, and from being able to take, because you don't have to worry about moving. You don't move any further than another floor,
Yeah.
where you have the ability to take care of a person at that level that they need. So could you touch on that for
Okay.
us?
We have assisted living in 5 different levels of assisted living. And that's something we've just added in the last 2 years because we used to have one assisted living. We had independent living with 1-bedroom apartments, studios, efficiencies, and what we call residential service with no kitchen. Now we've added kitchenettes and so on in those.
Nice.
But we had one assisted living, and then if they needed more help, they went to nursing. Now, because we know that people like to stay out of nursing as long as possible, we also know that the cost of nursing is so high everywhere, not just at Canton Christian Home.
Right.
So we have now made 5 different levels of assisted living. Saves them money, also keeps them out of nursing care longer.
That's
And
wonderful.
so that has been a big blessing. And also we've added little microwaves and a little sink and a little, types of things, refrigerators, what I'm also trying to say here, in their room, so they can do little things on their own yet,
Yes.
that type of thing. Little kitchenettes, what I'm trying to think of.
Nice.
And then we have the nursing care who needs that 24-hour type of supervision. In assisted living, in some levels of assisted living, we can help them. Maybe all they need help is getting dressed or taking a bath, something like that. And then the rest of the day they may be okay, but they just can't do it themselves, But in nursing care, you need a 24-hour type of thing. So we have the different levels as the doctor and nurses see the need, that transfer to one area to another as needed.
And I think the peace of mind for family, as you say, so many people, their children, their adult children, have had to leave the state because of jobs and so forth. The peace of mind of knowing that someone can be there. There's a call cord in any room, and they will not be far from help. They can wear the
pennants. They get these
around.
pennants now.
Yes. That
they need
there can
help.
be help in a second.
Yeah.
That someone's always there. And also, the making sure that they're taking correct dosages of medicine and so forth. Having someone distribute that to them who's capable of doing that, who's qualified and licensed to do that, having them right there. The peace of mind is amazing.
Oh, it is. It really is.
And knowing that they're eating, not just insured
yeah,
or something
right.
like that they're getting good, nutritious food.
It's a peace of mind not only for those living there, it's a peace of mind for family members, as you're saying.
Exactly.
Just knowing that they're in a secure environment, that's so important. In our society anymore, you don't know where it is secure anymore, secure environment, but new companionships at their age and level. Because how many people have had their companions that they've had built relationships over the year pass on out in the community, and now they're by themselves again, so they can build new relationships in a wonderful retirement type of a setting.
Okay, I've got to ask you, have you got any love stories?
No, not really. It's amazing. I've heard some from others places, but we've had some couples get together, but no one. I don't remember. I'm in my 36th year there, and I don't remember of anybody ever getting married or anything because they met each other for the first time.
Yeah, interesting, but definitely strong, wonderful friendships that have built.
Strong, wonderful friendships.
36 years.
Yes.
Need to ask you, what has been so rewarding for you personally to be involved with this awesome ministry?
The thing that really been rewarding for me is the fact that we're meeting the needs of people who have needs. The need, one is benevolence, and of course I've been involved in that, speaking in churches, going to missions committees, having fundraisers and things, having that money there for them so that they don't need to worry about, I have enough money to pay my rent. Mm-hmm. We really have 2 organizations there, 2 corporations. One is the Canton Christian Home Corporation, and that's where the people live and so on. Then we have the Association of Benevolent Care. That's the funding corporation. And so my main work, even though I'm a licensed administrator too, my main work is with the Association of Benevolent Care, the funding corporation. So when churches and individuals, and we do these fundraisers like this, that goes into the funding corporation. Then we transfer what we need to help individuals each month. Like about $25,000 a month we're transferring out into this. So
Wow.
25 times 12 is $300,000.
That's something.
One year, and what a joy it was, we needed $395,000 of benevolence, and we met it.
Wow.
So we've been meeting, and just to see that these people who either didn't have enough to even pay their rent the first month, we've had a few of those.
Really?
Yes. And
you still were able to take them in.
But most of them they've come in, and then eventually their money's run out. So then, as I mentioned before, they sit down and work out a budget. But the joy is knowing that money is there to transfer over and say, here, your rent is paid for this month.
Yeah. Oh. And to see the difference that makes, it to be able to remove that stress and that worry from their lives so that they can live out their lives in peace and the
Right.
joy and the Christian fellowship that you provide.
Right. When people get older, and you and I are starting to realize some of this, physical ailments start coming on. And so you got to deal with that too. So if you don't have to deal with the benevolent money type of
Right.
situation, that's a load released off of your shoulders, because you still have to deal with some of this other, and you have to trust the Lord. Lord, I don't know how to get rid of these aches and pains. I'm just going to have to live with them, but I know that you're not going to forsake me.
Yes, they have a bed, they have a roof, they have good food, and
Yeah.
people who care about them.
Yeah.
And many of your residents would also be perhaps going to treatments and so forth,
yeah.
to be able to focus their energy on getting better as well as they can be,
Right.
without having to worry about money.
Money, yeah.
What
That's-
what a gift
What a
that
joy.
is
Yes,
that
yes.
you provide
Yeah.
for them. I'm sure someone listening saying, this is a ministry I want to contribute to. I can help. I've got a little money. How do we do that? How do we donate?
You can donate to either donate to Canton Christian Home, which we transfer to the Association of Benevolent Care, or just to the Association of Benevolent Care. Either one. Canton Christian Home, 2550 Cleveland Avenue, Northwest, Canton, Ohio, 44709. Or the Association of Benevolent Care, ABC. Some people just put ABC, 2550 Cleveland Avenue, Northwest, Canton, Ohio, 44709. And just say, here's my donation. I want to help the benevolent program.
Website?
Website is cantonchristianhome.org.
Couldn't be easier. All right. And before we let everybody go, mark your calendar this weekend, August 12th and 13th. You've got Johnny Cash, pretty much. What's his real name?
Terry Lee Coffey.
There we go. And he's going to be doing Johnny Cash impersonation for you Friday night, and then the big chicken barbecue on Saturday. Larry Burgett, thank you so much for all you do, and thanks for joining us in our community.
Thank you, Susie. I appreciate it.